G'day Ford fans and welcome back. Okay, last time we left off, I'd put this back together, this brake booster for the XT, and I was going to send it away to get a reco. But I did a bit more research and found that they do make full rebuild kits for them. So I've ordered one, it's arrived. Let's open him up and see if it's the right one or if it's going to fit or whatever. It's for a VH40, so it should fit. I think the VH44s were for the 6-cylinder from memory, and it's all about the bore diameter of that. So these are bigger, I think, for the V8, the VH40. The other ones are smaller, I believe. I think that's a 5/8 bore, I think. So I've ordered the kit. Anyway, we'll just see. Okay, that's it. Keep the box in case it's got to go back. So what do we got here? I have no idea what that is. That O-ring there. Anyway, alright, so brand new diaphragm. Looks good. This is all the little stuff. So where did I put that blade here? So let's have a look. Now, he said I can return it if it's not right, so that's good. So let's have a look at what we've got. Alright, so there's our little, all our bits here. Oh, there's a new push rod. Remember that other one was damaged. There's the end. That screw. No. Oh, that's just for the. Oh man, there's everything in here. So that's just to lock the clasp on it. Got that little piece. I know exactly where that is. That piece there. That little piece goes. That's that little plug in there. So that's good. Now, what we're missing? We're missing. Remember that spring there and that little plug we're missing. So those two, they're in the kit. I don't know what that O-ring is. Oh, that'll be off the shaft, and these should be a couple of these seals. There they are, the little ring there, the little pin. Okay, and yep, that looks the same as that, but that's got a stem thing on it, so that's different to this. That's what was on it previously. But anyway, let's and we got our gasket, so it looks like it's all there. I'm a bit worried about that. I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, that doesn't seem quite right. But anyway, we shall systematically start putting this together and see if it bloody well does anything, eh? Alright, I'll refer to the manual, we'll come back. Right, I just got my phone call, guys. I had to go duck off and pick up the tail shaft, and it's here. I'll give you a look at that. But this we're going to leave till tomorrow, because right now I am fanging for a cold beer. So here's the old tail shaft. Here is the one I just bought, the V8 one, and as you can see, they're the same size. So excellent, that's mint. I just got to swap out that yoke, he's a bit crusty, and we are good to go. So we'll see you in the morning when we get that booster happening. Hey guys, righto, we're back into this. Okay, the camera fell over yesterday and damaged the lens on it, so I can't zoom. Hopefully it's still going to film. Okay, but anyway, let's start getting this thing back together. So we've got our little filter goes in here. Now I've been through and cleaned everything, by the way, so we're all good there. So a little filter
we'll pop him in there. Then we have our little spring on here, and then we have this part, and then our clip, and then this section is done. Okay, so everything's done there, so righto, moving right along, we've got to do this part here. So we've got a brand new one of these, so I'll see if I can get him out. I might have to blow some air through there to get him out. Hang on, I'll turn the compressor on. Righto. Got him out there. Okay, so I've just soaked him in brake fluid, and I can tell you right now that that didn't fit. It just dropped straight in there. So that's too small. So does that mean that everything else is too small? I'm just looking here at the piston diameter and these rubbers that are to go on this. They look correct. Okay, the other rubbers to go on this piston here, these ones, they look the right size, which is I guess the main thing we need to worry about. Alright, well I'll have to use his original little plug in there. We can get him in there. Okay, so he's in there. Now the other thing I'm a bit worried about is that post that's on there. It's not on the other one. So I'm just going to have a little bit of a look at that. And that sits in there like that. Okay, this is, we've already hit trouble. This is a new one with that little stem thing on it, and this is the original one here, and you won't be able to pick it up on camera, but that one, the new one, is slightly smaller. So this kit is, you know, not for this booster, but I think we can get away with using the main parts for the plunger stem anyway. So it's a bit disappointing. I'm going to have to reuse old parts, but anyway, that's what we have to do. So this diaphragm here is in good condition, so well, good enough. So we'll reuse him. Okay, so we've got our spring goes on there, and then I've got to make sure this hose here points the right way, which is going to be this way, and then he will lock down on there. We'll get our screws in. So yeah, I know it's it's luck of the draw with these things. I mean, I thought it was gonna fit. It was the right booster and everything, or the right kit. But there must be a lot of variations in them. So that's why we've got a few parts that aren't fitting. But like I said, as long as we can get the main plunger bits, we'll be able to get this thing working. But it's just a pain in the ass when you pay for a kit and you can only use half of it, you know. Like when you buy a Holly kit for a carby, you're only using a quarter of the bloody things that are in the pack. So anyway, microphone's in the way then. Anyway, we'll chug through. At least the rain stopped here, so that's good. We've got beautiful, oops, Got beautiful weather, how it's meant to be at the moment, so this time of year. So we'll get him nipped down. Okay. And then this plunger part's a bit fiddly apparently, so we'll have a look at that. I might do that off camera, but we'll see how we go. Alright, so that's that part done. Righto, now we've got to get onto this this plunger. I don't know if you'll see in there, but I've thoroughly cleaned all that. It's really nice, so that's good. Okay, this is the old piston assembly here. I've just cracked that with the vice grips. So we'll get this stuff off. Okay, so then we've got that plate. Okay, and then we've got our, oh yeah, I had to really wail on that. Okay. And then we've got our other bits here that we've got to slide off and redo. Alright, so we'll start with rebuild our little piston here. So I'll get this one off and see which one of these we need, because they look a bit similar. And there it goes, fucking gone. Alright, I found it. Okay, so that one is that one there. So he's got to go over this way. Jeez, it's pretty tight. Hope these rubbers are nice and flexible. Actually, I might use a bit of brake fluid for some lube. I hope you guys can see this. Okay, got him on. He's there. Okay, that's that for that one. Right, so what we might do is put him on. So he goes through there like that, and then this little pin, goes in there, and there's the tiniest little wire clip that goes on, so kind of awkward. I'll put it over there. This little clip holds this pin in, so I'll try and get my fat fingers onto the job whilst giving you guys a look. I hope you can see that. Come on, get on there. Alright. Yeah, it helps to have nice, dainty little bloody fingers doing this. I'll do it off camera. Just fucking fiddly shit. Okay, flick the battery, change the battery. Right, where are we at? Old crap we don't want. Alright, so now we've got to do this piston, and that doesn't want to come off because of that previous damage there. Yeah, I'll have to get some sandpaper onto that. Try and get those burrs off there. I guess this is why they said in the manual, you know, don't put vice grips on here or whatever. If you ever got to get this crap off. So anyway, I went over to old mate's place last night to pick up this tail shaft. Oh my god, what an astonishing, impressive array of stuff that bloke's got. Oh my god. He told me obviously not to tell anyone. It's alright to tell you, probably guess what he's got, but He certainly doesn't want anyone to know where he lives, which is fair enough, because the stuff this guy's got in his shed is, if you're a Ford fanatic, XR to XY Ford fanatic, this is like Disneyland, I'm fucking telling you. New old shelves of new old stock. Just there's an old XW GT sitting over there. There's a XY Ute brand, mint XY panel van V8, all factory. You got shit everywhere. It was astonishing. Anyway, for you guys, I've had a guy already trying to ask me to get some parts for them. I just can't do that, guys. I'm sorry. I really can't. I've only just met this guy, and he's very careful, as they all are, about who they have in their sheds and whatnot. You've got 2 phase 3s. I haven't even been in that shed yet, but he's got 2 phase 3s. He said, I'll take you to my good shed when I get to know you better. I'm like, oh, okay. So, anyway, yeah, I just want to say that, sorry guys, I can't get your parts off this guy. I'm sure you understand. It's not the arrangement I have with him. So, anyway, let's continue with this. So we want, this one here's got to go on next. We can get him off. And then we've got to dig, oh no, that hasn't got anything in it. Thought that might have had a little bit of a rubber something in it, but it doesn't. Okay, so he goes on there. And this guy's got the rubber in him. And the O-ring. So I guess we can just bust that one out of there. Put our new O-ring on. Perfect. We'll dig this little seal out here. Okay. Pop the newie in. There we have it. And he went on. Actually, I think what I might have to do is put that on the seal first. On the stem, I mean, first. I'll try and get him out very gently. Okay, so put a bit of brake fluid on him. We've got to get him on here first, like this. If that's how it works. I hope you can see all this. Yeah, sorry guys, the bloody, like I said, the camera fell over last night. I come over here in the dark and I kicked it and it fell off its tripod and bent the lens up, so I can't really zoom in or do much. But anyway, we've just got to chug away. Alright, so we'll put him, he's got to go in there. If I could squash it in with that. Oh, yep, there we go. Alright, so we've got our plunger assembly all good to go here, which is excellent. It's nice and lubed, so it should slide up and down there. Okay, now we've got to put this in the vise. I've got some soft jaws and soft jaws there. So we've got to put this assembly back on, so we'll set that up and do that. Righto, so on here, we've got our gasket, that plate, and this. I've made sure this is coming out the right way. So we'll get him on. Righto, that's torqued down, so let's get our, see if we can get our plunger set up. So I'll just give that a good hit with some brake fluid and all over, give that a good going over. I've got the circlip in there already, So that's a good thing. Let's see if we can get this in. Oop, hold on. Now, hang on, how does that go? Like that. And then, like this. There's that circlip, there he is. We've got to try and get him in here. Oh, there we go, nice. He's gone in there nicely. So now, oh hang on, no. This part, it's got to go in. I've got to make sure that one goes in as well. That O-ring. And that's going to be as tight as anything. I can see it. Wonder if maybe we can take this off and maybe do all this plunger without that, put that on next. I think that's what we'll do. No reason that has to be assembled. So I reckon we just take this off. It's not on tight, and then just go that whole stem without that. I think that'll work. Whack him back in. Hear those birds out there? They're bloody happy that the rain's gone. Okay, let's try again. Okay, here's him in there. That's him in there. Okay, I guess that's in there, if it's meant to be. Circlip in. Circlips in. And that'll just do its thing, I'm sure. Okay, so on our spring on there, he's all the way up, and then we want to get these on the stem, put some tape on it of course. Hang on, come on, get on there. Alright, that's okay for now. And then we want then we want to put that on there. And a little nut on there. Like that. Is that the right way? I don't know. No, it's not. It's upside down because that rubber, that big rubber diaphragm's got to lock into this. That's upside down. Oh, what are you? What the? What the fuck's going on there? I don't know why this only did it up finger tight, and now all of a sudden it's fucking tight as. That. So that big rubber diaphragm, if you can see there, it's concave in there, so that's got to wrap around over that and tuck in under there. Right, try that again. Aim up, nice. Okay. He's on. So all right. So that. So new diaphragm. It's going to be fiddly, do it off camera. Righto, he's all back together. So I think we can consider that basically rebuilt. We'll see how it goes anyway. So out of the kit, 1, 2, 3, 4 parts I couldn't use there. They're all the parts I could use. So, you know, I guess that's fine. I would have paid for the same price for the right kit for it or whatever. But we got what we wanted out of it, which is all this stuff in here on that plunger, pretty much. So yeah, we'll put him back and see if we can get any fluid through it. Righto, so I took this line off here. I'm getting fluid coming through, but it's not getting through here and coming out this bleed nipple. I'm just getting stiffness on the pedal. So I don't know, maybe if I start the car and see if we can get some vacuum in here, it might loosen something up or help out. So I'll see if we can start this thing up and hopefully get some vacuum in here and just see if that makes any sort of difference. It's about all we can do really. So alright, I'll see if this thing will fire. Righto, let's have a look. Alright, nothing there. Alrighty, what's going on? Fucking temperamental these things, I tell you. Everything else is good. Right, check our little fuse. Fuse still looks good. So, what's happening here? Okay, I started it just by shorting out the starter motor and it didn't make any difference to the booster. So, where do we go from here? Maybe if I blow air down this, maybe it might loosen something up. Yeah. Ah, that was the call for breakfast is ready, so that's good. I'll go and have something to eat and calm down a bit because I'm getting frustrated. I'll tell you, I've got a very fucking short fuse, especially when things don't go right. So I'm probably in the wrong business here, but anyway. Alright, I'll go and have some brekkie, we'll come back, I'll blow some air down there. I mean, you know, this is what I was saying, this is when you're tempted to just bin all this old fucking 60-year-old shit and put something a bit more modern in for the brakes. It all comes down to money, but anyway, that's what pisses me off. You spend $200 on a kit for this fucking thing and it doesn't work. So it's just, you may as well just flush money down the fucking toilet. But anyway, nature of the business. So we'll come back and have another look in a minute. Righto, nothing like a bacon and egg roll to sit in your guts all day. Anyway, I'm going to put some compressed air down here, see if we can get anything to come up through here. If that doesn't work, I'm going to ring my new best old mate up the road and tap into his knowledge and see what he thinks I should do. But I'm pretty much certain we're going to do away with these brakes. Just fuck them off. They're going to be a nightmare. This old technology. Upgrade, you know, just go to XA or something, whatever. B, I don't know. We'll work it out. Anyway, let's see what happens here. Okay, well look at that. Straight away you can see it. So that's clear. So why isn't fluid pumping through there? Alright, I'll hook that line back up and see what happens. Okay, so I pumped the shit out of the pedal and couldn't get anything out of there. So we've got to come back upstream, and I think this master's working fine. I think the problem is this stupid fuckwitted block here. So I reckon that's the drama. So I think what I'm going to do is just start back from the start. I'm going to take all these one brake line off at a time and just blow air through them, and then, you know, then once I've blown air through them all and they're clear and whatever, I know the back ones are fine. The back ones are pumping fine. It's just these front ones. So I'll try and clear the lines if there's anything in them, but I did that before I put them on ages ago. And then we'll see if this is pumping properly, and then, don't know, we'll just have to work it out. But I rang old mate, he said he's going up to visit his other mate who just specialises in brakes for these things, and he's going to ask him what I can do to change all this and make it a little bit more modern, and, you know, because this is proven to really be testing my will to live, let's say. So anyway, let's try that. Okay, after a bit more investigating, I blew air through this one, which comes out of the front pot here for the front brakes. So I blew air through that, and it ran through there and blew out that bleed nipple hole there, no problem. So what's happening is when I push the pedal, it's pushing fluid through. So I've just put a nipple in here, and now I'm just checking that the master's pushing fluid through. So it's pushing fluid through, no problem. But when I release the pedal, it's just sucking it all back, every last bit, all the way back. So that's why I can't get anything to pump through, because it'll pump through the line and then just suck back as soon as I do the pedal, release the pedal. So there might be something wrong with the seals in the master here. Again, this shit being so old. But what I did have upstairs is I've got another master. So this one's got the big pot on the back, small one on the front. So looking at the manual, that one there is the Lockheed master, and the one that's on it now is this one, which is the PBR. So what we might do is strip this one down and have a look inside and check the seals and everything in that. Maybe the seals in that other one are all swollen and gone to buggery or whatever. Who'd know with this old shit? But we'll strip this one down and have a look at him. Okay, change of plan. Just referred to the read through here on these two masters. This one is for four-wheel drums, and the larger one that I've already got on it is for drum and disc. So that's no good. Put that back on the shelf. I'll pull the other one off and we'll strip it down and have a look.
Righto, I've stripped that, that's the guts of the master. That goes down the bottom, this one comes in behind it. The rubbers and that look okay. I can't remember if I replaced them, I don't think I did. But they look okay, but I did look down in the barrel, down in the bore of here. You'll never be able to see it on camera, but there's a few little crusty bits on there. I've scratched them off very gently and it's not pitted, so we might be right. But I've just got a broom handle here with some old broom handle that's going to fit down there, and I've just wrapped some 1500 grit around it. So we'll see if we can give it a little light hone, put it back together and hope for the best. It's a smidgen loose, but anyway, we'll just keep working it and hopefully get a bit more off. But yeah, these have got to be like glass on the inside of them for them to work. But anyway, we'll chip away. So I'm going to be honest, if I have to, I'll spend the money. If I can find a kit to just do away with all this and upgrade the brakes, like somewhere from, I don't know, what are they called, the rod shop or Hoppers Stoppers or something like that. If I can, you know, get a kit for a reasonable amount of money, I'll do that with the brakes. Everything else will persevere with, but a few of the guys commented and said, you know, you can't mess around with brakes, they've got to be done properly. So yeah, I'm happy to pay the money to upgrade them if I can find a kit, if this doesn't work. So anyway, righto, I'll clean that up, we'll have a look. Right, everything's done and clean and good, so we'll put him back in. See, those seals feel nice. So he's got to go in there. Oh, does he? Yep, down he goes. So see, that seal is really nice. And he goes in here. Okay, that feels good. And we've got one last seal here. Nice and clean. Okay, and then down it goes on the spring. Right, so to get these dodgy bloody, I've only got these little circlip pliers. I've wrecked my other ones, and those new ones I bought are too big, so I've got to use these ones, which are totally wrong, but I might be able to get it. If you can try to see what I'm doing here, it's pretty dodgy. Ah, that's it, got him in. Okay, that's in, and that's okay. So I don't know, I guess we're good there, but there he is. So there's just, what I'm worried about is there's not much travel there, but I guess that's probably all it takes. I mean, it's in there, it's spring loaded, seems to be working. Let's put him back in. Righto, that's all back in, that master. So the lines are on. So I'm going to just top him up with a bit of fluid and then see if we can get anything to come out of that nipple there. Alright, let's see how we go. Nothing yet. Not getting anything on this pedal. It's as loose as. So, right, I have just been going through this and I'm pretty sure I've worked it out now. finally what's going on. So what I did was, when I was pumping the pedal before, I could hear a leak over here somewhere. I wasn't sure where it was, but it was coming out of that block, but we'll get to that in a second. But what I did is hooked up the syringe and pumped fluid into the bleed nipple, and I could see this was leaking, and this was leaking, and this was leaking. So turns out they were the wrong flares on the I forgot to do, I just did a single flare on them, not the double flare. So that's what was wrong with them. And then over here, that bottom hose there that I made up going into there, that one that took me ages, it's leaking. I cannot get it to stop. I've tried both flares, I've tried everything. What I'm going to do next is try some brand new brake line that I've got and try the flares, do them properly, and see if we can get that to stop leaking. We're golden. So we'll come back tomorrow, and the other thing I've got to do is get some new rubber brake lines for the front. No doubt they'll be shagged, but we'll try them anyway. Righto guys, so okay, so we had a leak there, a leak there. I've replaced that line, put new flares on them, that's all good. But this thing over here is just, it's doing my nut in. I've put a new line on here, this copper looking one, comes down up to the bottom of this block. I've got new fittings, I've tried different flares, new line, other line that I had. You know, I've had that thing on and off for about 20 times. I've just been at this for hours and hours. And unfortunately, it's got the better of me. So what's happening is it's just weeping out of the bottom under here. And you can see the puddle on the paper I put down there. So this, I always knew this was going to be very testing, and it's proven to be that. So I just don't know what else I can do to stop that leak. Other than that, we're all good. It's just this. So I'm well beyond my patience with it at the moment. So I'm just going to walk away. I'm going to wait and hear back from old mate. Hopefully he'll come up with an alternative solution. I know it seems like an easy fix and a simple problem, but believe me, I've been at it for hours, like hours and hours, and I just cannot fix that leak. So I'm done. I'm going to admit defeat in this department, which is unusual, but that's how it is. So that's it guys. I'm going to wait back to hear from old mate, and then I'll come back when we come up with a better... I keep trying to get this all happening, and it's just... no, it's not happening. So fuck it. We'll just do away with it, I think. Anyway, see what old mate says, and we'll come back when we've got a better solution. Righto. Oh, by the way, if you guys have done this before, I know you can probably put, I think they say anything up to like XF brakes on it, and you got to replace all the spindles and shit like that. But I think maybe XA or B might be a different option or whatever, but I don't really want to do that. I'd rather spend the money and get a good, proper, just bolt-on kit. But this country being what it is, it'll either be $10,000 or you can't get them. So we'll just have to wait and see. Righto, we'll see you shortly when we come back and get it sorted. Bye.